It is a headline that stops you in your tracks, a realization so heavy and so heartbreaking that it casts a long, dark shadow over the festive lights of Regent Street. We are staring down the barrel of a moment in history that none of us are truly ready for. While the world is distracted by the glitter and the tinsel, inside the palace walls, a very different, very somber reality is setting in. King Charles III, the man who waited decades to serve his country, is reportedly preparing for this Christmas, the Christmas of 2025, to be his last. Let that sink in. The reports are coming out, the whispers are turning into headlines, and the mood at Sandringham is shifting from celebration to a poignant farewell. But that isn't the only shockwave hitting the royal family today. In the midst of this heartbreaking preparation, it has been confirmed that two key figures, two people who have been the bedrock of support for Queen Camilla, will not be at the king's table this year. The guest list is shrinking, the circle is tightening, and as the king faces his mortality with a bravery that puts his critics to shame, the absence of these family members raises questions about tradition, duty, and the changing face of the monarchy. We are looking at a Christmas that balances the joy of Kate's recovery with the devastating possibility of the king's final curtain call. Welcome back to the channel, the only place where we don't just look at the pretty pictures, we read the writing on the wall. We are covering the stories the mainstream media is too afraid to analyze. If you support King Charles in his courageous battle and want to stay informed about the real state of the monarchy, smash that subscribe button right now. We have a lot to get through today, and it is going to be emotional. Let's deal with the confirmed departures first because this news has caught a lot of people off guard. We have received official confirmation that two prominent royals, royal-adjacent figures, are skipping the Sandringham festivities this year. Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes, the children of Queen Camilla, have confirmed they will not be joining the King and Queen for Christmas 2025. Now, before the rumor mill starts spinning out of control, before the Sussex squad tries to claim this is a snub or a sign of a broken home, let's look at the facts. Tom Parker Bowles, who has always conducted himself with a dignity that Prince Harry could learn a thing or two from, spoke to the Daily Mail and laid it out plainly. He said, "I'm not spending Christmas at Sandringham." He confirmed his sister Laura isn't coming either. His reasoning? It is simple, grounded, and refreshingly normal. They alternate years. It'll be every other year, 1 year on, 1 year off, Tom explained. They were there in 2024 to support their mother and the king during the height of the health crisis, but this year they are spending it with their own families, likely the Parker Bowles side. This is what normal families do. They share their time. They compromise. Tom and Laura are not working royals. They do not demand taxpayer-funded security. They do not demand titles for their children. They are respectful of the institution, and they know when to step back. In a strange way, their absence is a sign of respect. They know that Sandringham is a place of official duty, and they are happy to step aside and let the firm do its job. But their absence does leave a void for Queen Camilla. She is the rock of the family right now. She is holding the king up, quite literally in some moments. To not have her son and daughter there during what could be her husband's final Christmas must be a personal sacrifice, but she makes it without complaint. Compare that stoicism to the wailing and gnashing of teeth we hear from Montecito. Camilla puts her duty as queen consort above her desire to be a mother and grandmother on Christmas Day. That is service. And why is this sacrifice so poignant this year? Because of the devastating context provided in the reports. The source material is clear and chilling. King Charles is notably preparing for this Christmas to be his last. We have known the king's health isn't the best. We have watched him battle through cancer treatment with a smile, waving to crowds, taking meetings, and refusing to slow down. But the reality behind the scenes is apparently much more fragile than the public image suggests. Us Weekly reported that Charles wants a special last Christmas in case it's his last. In case it's his last. Those words hang in the air like a fog. The report says his health isn't the best, and that they are taking it day by day. And yet, what is the king doing? Is he hiding in bed? Is he canceling events? No. He is planning to do everything expected of him and more. A source close to the king says nothing would stop Charles from doing that. He will do the walk to St. Mary Magdalene Church. He will host the lunch. He will record the speech. Tom Parker Bowles touched on this mortality in his interview. He said, "The older you get, the more conscious you become of mortality, especially with illnesses and the rest of it." He admitted it has been a hell of a 2 years for Charles and Camilla. This gives us a window into the private pain of the palace. We see the gold coaches and the uniforms, but underneath, there is a family grappling with the potential loss of their patriarch. The king knows the clock is ticking. And what is his priority? It isn't self-pity. It is making memories for his family. It is ensuring that the transition, whenever it comes, is stable. This wistful tone hanging over Sandringham this year makes the actions of the other family members even more unforgivable. I am talking, of course, about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. If the reports are true, if the king truly believes this could be his final Christmas, then Harry's continued absence is not just a rift, it is a moral failure of epic proportions. We just discussed Tom Parker Bowles, a stepson, who speaks with such eloquence about mortality and the difficulty of the last 2 years. He understands the gravity of the situation. Does Harry? If your father is preparing for his last Christmas, do you stay in California filming cooking shows? Do you stay away because of a security dispute? Or do you get on a plane, swallow your pride, and hug the man who gave you life? The fact that Harry is not expected to be there while the king is facing the end of his journey is the ultimate tragedy of the Windsor saga. We are told the king wants a special Christmas. He wants to be surrounded by love, and he will be. He will be surrounded by William, by Edward, by Anne, the loyalists. But the empty seat at the table will scream louder than any presence. The king is reportedly keeping the door open for a reconciliation even now, but the silence from the West Coast is deafening. However, it is not all doom and gloom. There is a shining beacon of light in this report, a reason for genuine celebration amidst the worry. The source notes that despite the somber undertones regarding Charles, the family is ready to celebrate because the Princess of Wales, Catherine, has received the all clear. This is the victory we needed. After her own brutal year, after the chemotherapy and the fear, Kate is back. She is healthy, she is strong, and for Charles, seeing his beloved daughter-in-law recover is likely the greatest Christmas gift he could ask for. The report says, they all want to make the most of their time together. This is the key phrase. The royal family has realized, perhaps for the first time in decades, that they are not immortal. The Queen is gone, Philip is gone, the King is fighting. Kate has fought and won. This Christmas isn't about the presents or the gag gifts. It is about survival. It is about cherishing the moments they have left. Kate's all clear shifts the dynamic of the holiday. It turns it from a funeral wake into a celebration of resilience. She represents the future. If Charles is preparing to leave the stage, he can look at William and Kate and know that the monarchy is safe. He can see that she has the steel to carry the crown forward. Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lope's skipping this year actually highlights the intimacy of the gathering. It will be the core royal family. It will be the king, the queen, the heir, and the spares who actually do their job. It allows Charles to focus entirely on William and the grandchildren, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. These children are the king's delight. If this is his last Christmas, imagine the emotion of watching them open their presents. Imagine the weight of the advice he might give to young George. We are witnessing the passing of the torch in real time. It is Shakespearean in its magnitude. But let's go back to the big production mentioned in the text. The royals go all out. The church service at Westminster Abbey, the delicious dinner. The source says Charles will operate as he normally would. This is the stoicism of the Windsors. Keep calm and carry on. Even when you are facing the end, you put on the tie, you sing the hymns, and you lead the nation. It makes the petty grievances of the Sussexes look so incredibly small. Harry is complaining about genetic pain and how his brother shouted at him. Meanwhile, King Charles is staring down death and thinking only of his duty and his family's happiness. The contrast between Tom Parker Bowles' respectful step back and Harry's storm out is fascinating. Tom says, "My mom said, I'd love you to come. I haven't had Christmas with you for a long time." It shows Camilla is a mother first. She wants her kids, but they have lives and they have in-laws and they balance it. Harry has no in-laws to visit. Meghan has cut them all off. He has no other obligations. He has the resources to travel, and yet he chooses absence. If Charles passes without a final Christmas reconciliation, Harry will have to live with that guilt for the rest of his life. And no amount of Netflix money can buy peace of mind. As we look toward this historic Christmas, we must also appreciate the role of Queen Camilla. She is facing the prospect of widowhood. She is watching her husband fade, and yet she will host this massive event. She will smile. She will wear the jewels. She will support the king during his speech. Her children aren't there to hold her hand this year, so she will have to be stronger than ever. The narrative that Charles is preparing for his last Christmas is a wake-up call for all of us who follow the royals. We often treat them like characters in a soap opera, forgetting that they are human beings dealing with the same tragedies as the rest of us. Cancer doesn't care if you are a king. Time doesn't stop for a crown. This holiday season at Sandringham will be heavy with nostalgia. Every tradition, the weighing of the guests, the exchange of joke gifts, the walk to church, will be laden with the question, is this the last time? But knowing King Charles, he won't want pity. He will want joy. He will want to see Prince Louis causing chaos. He will want to see Kate glowing with health. He will want to raise a glass to the future of the kingdom, even if he won't be there to see it. So, while the headlines focus on who isn't there, Tom, Laura, and the self-exiled Harry, we should focus on who is there. The king is there, and he is standing tall. This report confirms that the monarchy is in a transitional period. The Carolean era may be shorter than we hoped, but it is proving to be an era of immense dignity. I want to know what you think about this heartbreaking news. Do you think Harry should put everything aside and come to Sandringham if this really is the king's last Christmas? Does the absence of Tom and Laura show a respect for protocol that the Sussexes lack? And how emotional do you think that King's speech is going to be this year? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them. It's going to be a difficult winter for the royal family, and they will need the support of the true monarchists. If you stand with the king, hit that like button. Subscribe for more updates as we follow this developing story. Until next time, cherish your families and keep your eyes on the palace.